every once in a while we gotta eat, and even though I do travel quite often, I have never seen the amount of food trucks that we have here in Bend. They are everywhere. But here's the funny thing. I was speaking with my father-in-law a few weeks ago, and food trucks used to be just this, you know, nastiest grease trap kind of food, and just not good way back in the day. I mean, they drop their primary ingredient on the ground, pick it up, dust it off, and then serve it to you. Just chuck wagons, you know, just is not elevated. But today, man, we got the absolute swankiest kind of food trucks just around. I mean, you can get like incredible meals at some of the food trucks here, at most of the food trucks here in the area. They're just awesome. So you know what? Today we're gonna take a tour of some of these incredible food truck lots we have here in Bend. You're gonna love it. Now, yes, if you've been following this channel for a long time, we did a food truck video years ago, but it's really kind of interesting because yes, some of the food trucks themselves have moved and changed lots and shifted around, but really, just in a couple of years, even though we already had a bunch before, there are so many more food truck lots and just food trucks in general now here in the Bend area. It's absurd. You see, when something catches on here in Central Oregon, there's just like almost no limit to the amount of saturation that a community can hold. It seems like, you know, back in the 2000s, we had like 5 breweries in town, which was like, that's a lot of micro breweries to have in a town. But now, gosh, there's 30? And so just when it seems we have a really cool, neat food truck lot, or 2 or 3, fast forward a couple of years, and now we have 8 or 9, at least 8 or 9. And I'm not even counting like the 3 or 4 that are at some of the breweries. Like Kromms has a few, and Silver Moon has a few, and heck, if you just drive around town, those are food truck lots. If you just drive around town, there's food trucks everywhere, just in parking lots. Go down to the factory outlet mall. There's like 3 or 4 down there at this point. So really, there's too many food trucks and too many lots to really cover. So this isn't gonna be a fair video, but we're gonna do our best. We're gonna get around to the major hotspots. This video is gonna be your food truck starter kit. The Lot. Now the Lot is one of the absolute OGs. It's actually the original food truck lot in Bend, opening in 2013. It's located just off of Galveston in a really hip, cool part of town, just a stone's throw away from the river and downtown. So there's a pretty large covered seating area, dining area with you know, individual tables, but also some cool communal tables where, you know, you can sit down next to somebody else and have a conversation, maybe meet some friends. They've got lots of beers on tap, and they've got, you know, the classic assortment of food trucks, although there is a wide variety, which is pretty cool. You've got Frickin' Faco, which is like the coolest name of a food truck ever. But then we've got all these other options with more classic fare like burgers and dogs, even a sushi place called Maki Maki, a sushi place, a food truck, sushi place. I told you they were getting fancy. Podski, right on Arizona, across from the box factory. It's located in and amongst a bunch of different restaurants, multiple wine bars, and regular bars too. This area is certainly an evening hotspot, but it's also a great lunchtime spot for the people that work around here. The seating area's got a really fun atmosphere. It's almost like a tropical vibe. Like if you were on an island somewhere, it's kind of what it feels like. There's a bar here, Podski. They've got the big old $4 Rainier beers that are really popular, and they have live music occasionally. But in my opinion, like the dark horse here is the vegan food truck called Toasty. They make the best crunch wraps. Yeah, like a Taco Bell crunch wrap, only it's totally vegan and it's totally delicious, and it's not Taco Bell, that's it. It's awesome. I mean, I'm not even a vegan, but damn, it's good. Also, fun fact, we're here right now shooting, and they're doing some remodeling. I think they're gonna add some covering to their seating area, because sometimes it can get kind of hot in the summer, and they're switching up some of the food trucks too, so I can't wait to see what's coming in here. So while we're in the area, let's take a drone ride over the box factory to the other side, which is even closer to the old mill, to visit Crosscut Warming Hut No. 5. There are not 4 others. I don't know why they call it number 5, but as far as actual warming huts go, well, this is my favorite. First of all, it's one of the only lots that has a fully enclosed building, like hard building, like, you know, walls. So, you know, if it's in the wintertime, it's really cold outside, you can go inside. And plus, this one is fully like timbered out. I mean, it's like a log cabin inside. All natural wood everywhere, and it's just got a great old cabin-y vibe. In the winter, it's nice and warm with a blazing fireplace, plenty of beers, over 30 taps, and that's all before we get to the food trucks. There's a Detroit pizza pan place that's really good. It's been there a long time, and for good reason. There's a gyro place, or gyro place, however you want to say it, that I haven't actually been to yet, but I'm very interested. And then there's a chicken and waffle place there too. And I'm thinking, I like chicken and waffles. Now, River's Place is not as well known or as popular as maybe some of the others. It's over by Costco, the current Costco. That's gonna change in a week, whatever. It's on the east side, but damn, it's got some good food, all right? I mean, there's a Mexican place there, there's an American place with some smaller bites, there's a really great sushi place, and then one of the best Thai restaurants in town has a location there. Noi Thai has a restaurant there called Bai Tong. I think that's what it's called. And it's good. Yes, there's a tap house here as well, and this particular location is a big one for locals as it's far away from the usual touristy areas. Ponch's Place. Now, Ponch's Place is very new to the game. It's probably one of the newest food trucks we have, food truck lots, that we have here in Bend. Now, Bend is a very dog-friendly place in general, and so are all of the food truck lots here, but this one is the most dog-friendly. Why, you ask? Well, because it's literally right outside a vet clinic. It's not a very large food truck lot by any means, but it's still large enough to kind of hold the customary number of food trucks, which is about 4. There's a taco truck, a wrap place, a wrap specialty place, oh, and a crate place that just opened up. It's really cool. The first crate place I've seen here, actually. It's also right kind of sandwiched between a large residential area and a large kind of industrial area where there's going to be people working all of the time. So it should be busy all of the time. Demographically, it's in a really great location. If you're ever in the area, you should go check that place out. And shout out to 5th Street Bagels. 10-second time out to tell you to subscribe to the channel. All right, we cover all kind of news around Central Oregon from recreation and real estate, and we would love for you to join us and learn something new. Midtown Yacht Club. Good old Midtown. Now, Midtown is a very popular food truck lot. Not dissing anything about it, it's great, but I think that one of the reasons it's so popular is the name. Who doesn't want to go to the yacht club, right? There are a number of trucks here. One that only makes tots. Yeah, it's a little strange, but once you get them and eat them, you'll get it. Then there are classic trucks that actually have multiple locations, like Barrio. Barrio's got a few trucks, and I like Barrio. Kind of a Mexican fusion. Oh, and my favorite is North Fresh Sushi. Didn't know about the whole sushi thing with food trucks, but gosh, it's good. And in my research, I found out that they actually have multiple locations as well, which is pretty awesome because all my favorite food trucks have the sushi. So yes, then there's also a tap house, and there's a large selection of beverages in cold cases, so you can find all kinds of different unique, interesting beverages there. They've got a great patio seating area, and let me just tell you that on a nice warm summer evening, this place is packed. I'm telling you, on tap. On Tap's another one of those original kind of food truck lots here in Bend, I think. I mean, it's been around a long time. It's located over on the east side of town, so it definitely has more of a kind of locals vibe, as it's located near the hospital and near one of the more densely populated areas of Bend. There's a great tap house area full with 35 different taps. They've got beers, kombuchas, seltzers, everything there on tap. Get it? As well as a great selection of 6 different food trucks. I think there's 6. Pizza, Himalayan, Philly, cheesesteak, Blue Rooster, and then 2 of my faves, Kirby Q, it's a barbecue place, and then the Hawaiian place. Mine, but also Shannon's #1 favorite. Get the spicy bowl and or the crunchy bowl. So good. They regularly have live music there. There's a small grass area for the kids to run around, and there's plenty of seating. This is another one of those really popular food truck spots, right? In fact, it's won best food truck lot like 5 times. Oddly enough, I've found myself there a ton this summer. Not for any particular reason, just kept coming up. Like, that's where we're going. Okay, the last one that I want to talk about, it isn't actually in Bend, it's just outside, but it's close enough and it's good enough. It certainly deserves to be mentioned, and that's The Bite. The Bite is in Tumalo, and honestly, there's nothing really special as far as the tap house itself. It's kind of small. It's got plenty of beers on tap, but it's kind of small. There's not a whole lot of seating. I mean, actually, that's not fair. There's quite a bit of seating, But the real star here at the Bite are the food trucks. It's like an all-star cast of food trucks. In my opinion, this is the best collection of food trucks of any of the lots we've covered. I've already talked about Northwest Sushi, but yeah, it's freaking good sushi. Especially if it's really hot, a hot day and you're looking for something light, kind of light and fresh, sushi's the way to go. Then there's Rogue Chef, which again, isn't anything super fancy. It's more like American food, burgers and stuff like that, but it's really, really good. They've got a burger, but it's not just a regular hamburger, it's like a wagyu burger. So it just melts in your mouth. Pine Martin Pizza is pizza. Tough to screw up pizza, right? But it's really, really good because it's a Neapolitan wood-fired pizza with some really incredible flavor topping combinations. And then finally, my favorite food truck kind of all, to be honest, is Westside Taco. Now, there are a lot of food trucks out there that do tacos, but these guys are the best. I mean, they've got some like kind of fusion flavors. I mean, they've got like blueberry brisket. Yeah, but they've got root beer, carnitas. I mean, they're just like really interesting and different flavors. They're so good. I'm telling you, it's the best taco stand in Central Oregon. They actually just moved to the Bite from Redmond. They've been in Redmond for a number of years and now they're in Tumalo. I couldn't be more excited because it's closer and I don't have to drive as far. All those stars and more at the Bite in Tumalo. Go check it out. Now, it wouldn't be fair, and I said it wasn't gonna be anyway, but we should probably do a few honorable mentions. They're not exactly in lots. Sometimes they're in kind of fixed locations and sometimes they kind of pop around a little bit, but they're so good that we've got to talk about them, all right? Oh yeah, and also fair warning, if you're looking these up, maybe just check them out online before you go to make sure it's where they were most previously. Cotto is an Italian street food truck located in the Century Center over off of 14th on the west side. So who doesn't love some Italian, right? Sol Verde is a great Mexican place. It's actually a New Mexican place. New Mexico, not Mexico. It's got great burritos, tacos, and bowls. That's this one here. And then Manzanita Grill is over off of 2nd. It's kind of behind Dutch Brothers on 3rd Street. They offer a wide selection of fusion options, from sandwiches to tacos. Sounds like more of a Mexican place, but it's not. It's kind of fusion. It's kind of got a little bit of everything. Lastly is the Corn Dog Company of Central Oregon. I like corn dogs. I don't love corn dogs. I love these corn dogs. My gosh, if you are a corn dog person, forget it, even if you're not a corn dog person, these corn dogs are insane. Guilty pleasure. Oh, yeah, and you can normally find them at the Outlet Mall on the south side of town. But like I said, sometimes they bounce around. Guys, that was an absolute ton of information. There's a lot of food truck lots here, and there's a lot of food trucks just sporadically sprinkled across Bend. Find yours and let me know what yours is. Let it know down in the comments. I want to know what food trucks that I need to go check out, right? So leave me your comments down below of some of your favorite food truck lots. All right, here's the part where we go ahead and do our little outro here. If you or somebody you know is looking to buy or sell in the Central Oregon area, my team and I would love to be your local real estate resource of choice. You can reach out to us at KrommRealEstate.com or probably stalk us down below for our direct contact information if that's your game. Thanks so much for watching. We will see you over in the next video.